poetry to share with you at our poetry reading tonight, so I hope you enjoy what they have.
The Raven by Edgar Allan Poe.
Once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered, weak and weary, over many a quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore, while I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping, as of one so gently rapping at my chamber door. "'Tis some visitor," I muttered, tapping at my chamber door. Only this, and nothing more.
Ah, distinctly I remember. It was in the bleak December, when each separate dying ember wrought its ghost upon the floor. Eagerly I wished the morrow, vainly I had sought to borrow from my books the crease of sorrow, sorrow for the lost Lenore, for the rare and radiant maiden whom the angels named Lenore, nameless here forevermore.
And the silken, sad, and certain rustling of each purple curtain thrilled me, filled me with fantastic terrors never felt before, so that now, to still the beating of my heart, I stood repeating, "'Tis some visitor entreating entrance at my chamber door, some late visitor entreating entrance at my chamber door, that it is, and nothing more."
Presently my soul grew stronger, hesitating, then no longer. "Sir," said I, "or madam, truly your forgiveness I implore, but the fact is I was napping, and so gently you came rapping, and so faintly you came tapping, tapping at my chamber door, that I scarce was sure I heard you. Here I opened wide the door. Darkness there, and nothing more."
Deep into the darkness peering, long I stood, wondering, fearing, doubting, dreaming dreams no mortal ever dared to dream before. But the silence was unbroken, and the stillness gave no token, and the only word there spoken was the whispered word Lenore. This I whispered, and an echo murmured back the word Lenore. Merely this, and nothing more. Peter!
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Peter.
Peter's gone.
It's Jonathan.
No, Peter.
Yeah, it's Peter's turn.
Back into the chamber churning, all my soul within me burning. Soon again I heard a tapping, somewhat louder than before. "Surely," said I, "surely that is something at my window lattice. Let me see then, what the rat is, and mystery explore. Let my heart be still a moment, and this mystery explored. This the wind, and nothing more."
Open here, along the shutter, one with many flirt and flutter. In their step, the stately raven of the saintly days of yore. Not the least of saints, maiden, not a moment stock or stately, but with lord or mean or lady, perched above my chamber door, perched and set and nothing more.
Then this ebony bird beguiling my sad fancy into smiling, by the but grave and stern decorum of the countenance it wore. "Though thy crest be short and shaven, thou," I said, "art sure no craven, ghastly grim and ancient raven, wandering from the nightly shore. Tell me what thy lordly name is from the night's Plutonian shore." Quoth the raven, "Nevermore."
Much I...
Marvel. This ungainly.
Much I marveled this ungainly fellow to hear discourse so plainly, though its answer little meaning, little relevance bore. For we cannot help agreeing that no living human being ever yet was blessed with seeing bird above his chamber door, bird or beast upon the bust of bow, sculptured bust above his chamber door, with such a name as Nevermore.
But the raven, sitting lonely, on the placid bust spoke only that one word, as if his soul in that one word he did outpour. Nothing further than he muttered, not a feather than he fluttered, till I scarcely more than muttered. Other birds have flown before. On the morrow he will leave me, as my hopes have flown before. Then the bird said, "Nevermore."
Startled at the stillness broken by reply so aptly spoken, "Doubtless," said I, what it utters it's its only stock and store, caught from some unhappy master from unmerciful disaster, followed fast and followed faster, till his songs one burden bore, till the dirges of his hope that melancholy burden bore, of nevermore.
But the raven, still beguiling all my fancy into smiling, straight I wheeled a cushioned seat in front of bird and bus and door. Then upon the velvet sinking, I betook myself to linking fancy into fancy, thinking what this ominous bird of yore, what this grim ungainly ghastly, gaunt and ominous bird of yore, meant in croaking, nevermore.
This I sat, engaged in guessing, but no syllable expressing, to the fowl whose fiery eyes burned into my bosom's core. This and more I sat divining, with my head at ease reclining, on the cushion's velvet lining with the lamplight floating o'er. On the velvet violet lighting, lining with the lamplight floating o'er. She shall press, nevermore.
Then methought the air grew denser, perfumed from an unseen censer, swung by seraphim whose footfalls tinkled on the tufted floor. Wretch, I cried, thy God hath lent thee, by these angels he hath sent thee, respite, and nepenthe from thy memories of the north. Quaff, oh quaff, this kind nepenthe, and forget the lost Lenore. Quoth the raven, nevermore.
Prophet, said I, thing of evil, prophet still if bird or devil, whether tempter sent or whether tempest tossed thee here ashore. On this desolate yet all undaunted, on this desert land enchanted, on this home by horror haunted, tell me, I implore, is there balm in Gilead? Tell me truly, I implore. Quoth the raven, nevermore.
Prophet, said I, thing of evil, prophet still if bird or devil, by the heaven that bends above us, by the God we both adore. Tell this soul with sorrow laden, if within the distant Aden, it shall clasp a Satan maiden, whom the angels name Lenore, clasp a rare and radiant maiden, whom the angels name Lenore. Quoth the raven, nevermore.
Be that word our sign in parting, bird or fiend, I shrieked up starting. Get thee back into the tempest and the night's Plutonian shore. Leave no black plume as a token of the lie thy soul hath spoken. Leave my loneliness unbroken, quit the bust above my door. Take thy beak from out my heart, and take thy form from off my door. Quoth the raven, nevermore.
And the raven, never flitting, still is sitting, on the sculpted bust of the palace just above my chamber door, and his eyes hold the seeming of a demon that is dreaming. And the lamplight or him streaming throws a shadow on the floor. And my soul from out that shadow that lies floating on the floor shall be lifted nevermore.